One.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the March 16th, 2022 virtual meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silver, and I am the current chairman. Hopefully, this meeting, which will be very long, we have a large agenda tonight, will unfold as follows. As soon as Sarah Clark, the Central Permitting Coordinator, reads the Governor's Director concerning these virtual meetings, we'll do a roll call of the members who are present this afternoon and will be reviewing the applications. First order of business will be the minutes, and as soon as those are approved, we'll move right on to the applications. And when our clerk, Sam Schreiber, reads your application, we ask that you just speak up and let your presence be known. All right, so the roll, Sarah.
Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording the meeting, please notify the chairman. This meeting of the Historic Business District Commission is being conducted remotely in accordance with Section 20 of Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021 and shall afford adequate alternative means of public access via Microsoft Teams by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 799-674-610, pound, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access, and we will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. In accordance with town policy, the public can speak to any issue, hearing, or business item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, now for the roll call. Dan Silver, as I said, I am here, I'm current chairman. Then our Vice Chair, Darcy Sequin.
Darcy Sequin is here.
Okay, our clerk, Sam Schreiber.
Sam Schreiber is here.
Okay, Bob Burns is not here tonight. We do have Doug Grattan, though.
Doug Grattan is here.
Alrighty. With regular member, by the way. And then we have Steve DeBoer, our first alternate.
Steve DeBoer is here.
Okay, and our second alternate, Janet Whittemore.
Janet Whittemore is here.
Okay, Steve will be taking over for Bob tonight. And now the minute reviews. The minutes we'll be reviewing are those of the meeting held on March 2nd. Does anybody have any comments, changes they wish to make? Additions to the minutes? No? All right.
Doug
Doug,
Grattan
can
will
you-
make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
All right.
Darcy wasn't here, so I can't second the motion.
Sam Schreiber, second.
Thank you, Sam. Sam Schreiber, seconds. All right. Motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for any comments? No? All right, we'll go right down through. Darcy?
I can't vote, Dan, I was
Oh, that's
absent.
right too. I'm sorry. Yeah, geez, that was a short memory. Sam Schreiber?
Sam Schreiber approved.
Okay. Bob's not here. Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer approves.
Janet Whittemore?
Janet Whittemore approves.
Okay, and Dan Silver approves as well. Very good. Okay, our minutes are approved. All right, now, Sam, for our first application, a sign.
First application is a sign, 22-9, Art Radio LLC C0 Gabriel Breton, care of Gabriel Breton. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 463 Main Street. The Central Permitting Coordinator has found that this proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Great. I always like to hear that. That gets us off to a good start. All righty. Janet, do you have any comment? Oh, actually, it's the application. Can we see what the sign's going to look like? I'm sorry. Ready. It's a familiar building. Can you tell us something about the sign? Is there anybody here?
Hi, my name's Gabriel. I'm not sure, but was that question directed to me? I'm the business owner.
Yes, please do. What can you tell us about the sign?
So the sign is 72 inches wide and 18 inches tall. It's actually the exact same dimensions as the sign that was in place before it. We have taken over the art gallery that's located at 463 Main Street, and the sign will feature our logo. The name of the business, we started as Art Radio LLC back in the fall, and we've actually decided to change our corporate name to Art Nova. The name of the business will be Art Nova Gallery, and that's what you'll see on the sign, along with 4 other bullet points, which include fine art, photography, custom framing, and photo services that will all be on the sign as well.
All righty. Thank you very much. Well, as I said, it's a familiar building and a lot of signs been up there. All right, now let's see. Janet?
Yes, I don't have any problems with the sign. It's the same size and dimension as the sign that was there, and it matches the other signs on the building. Thank you.
All righty. Steve DeBoer? Steve DeBoer?
I just have 2 questions. I guess I know sometimes printers don't do justice to color. So the blue in the printed copies that we have is slightly lighter than the swatches that we were given. So which is more correct?
The more accurate color is the swatch on the application that was given. The printer that was used to print all of those photos with the application was not a high enough quality printer to really truly represent the color. It's the swatch to refer to.
Right. So that, yeah, I mean, we run into that problem often. So the blue was more like the blue that's in the my gold sign, I guess. It's closer to that color, correct?
It is a bit closer to that. It's got a touch more green in it than Mahi Gold, but it's really close, yes.
And then I see looks like there's some lighting fixtures there. Are they going to remain operational?
Yes, those are meant to stay as they are. Our landlord, David Oppenheim, installed those, I think, before the previous tenant even moved in here. And they do an adequate job, and we're happy to keep them there.
Okay, good. All right, thank you for clarifying. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Okay, Steve?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good. Doug Grattan?
Sign looks great. I have no questions.
Okay. Sam?
Yeah, I'm just curious, you have a number of photographs of the sign itself, the brackets and other things. Now, this is a bracket, this is an assembly that was preceded your sign, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so there's nothing different about this. You're going to mount your very attractive sign on top of this. Isn't that correct?
That's right. Yes, the sign that is coming down is it's in thickness the exact same, and as has been mentioned, it's the same height and width. So it's very, very similar to the sign that was here before. So using the same hardware is what we intend to do.
Good. Good. I have no more questions. It's very good.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Darcy?
I think the sign logo and the colors are very appropriate for the area, and I think it's a great sign. No questions. Thank you.
Okay, this is Dan Silver, and I have no problems with the sign whatsoever, and I agree with everybody. Very good. All right. Do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application under signs 22-009 Art Radio LLC, carrier Gabriel Beaton. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 463 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded. All right, last chance for comments, questions, anybody? No? Okay, ready to vote? Okay, Janet, if you could vote.
If I could vote, I'm in favor of the sign. Thank you.
Okay, Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer's in favor.
Okay, Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan's in favor.
All right, Bob's not here. Sam,
Sam Stratford approves.
Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Sequin is in favor.
and Dan Silver's in favor as well. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for an excellent presentation as well. All right, Sam.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you kindly. We are very excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam.
Sam Stratford approves. Oh, you want me to go ahead with?
Yeah.
I got
yeah, please,
interrupted.
the next one.
I'm sorry. 22-10, Chatham Perk on Main, care of Cat Martin. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 447 Main Street. And the central permitting coordinator has stated about the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
All righty, very good. Thank you. This poor lady's been waiting an hour for this. Yes, what can you tell us about the sign?
Well, it is, let's see, 3/4 white PVC and black high performance vinyl lettering. It's similar to the sign I have here in North Chatham, the same logo, but it's replacing the existing sign there that's at the 447A Main Street location. Yep, that sign.
All right.
And
There we go.
it's black and white, and it's got a little coffee cup on it.
Okay, let's see what the members think about it. Darcy,
I don't think you could get any better. Black and white. The font is great, and I think it's great.
Sam Stryver,
I like the sign. It fits right over the glass and looks great. I'm curious on how you're going to get the steam to stick up like that. No, I'm serious.
well, there you go.
The steam goes outside the line of the sign. There's a little steam on the coffee cup.
It's actually, I have it here as well on my sign in North Chatham, and it's like PVC, so it does come up out of the sign.
Okay. Wind blows pretty hard around here. Well, anyway, this is very good.
Thank you.
Okay, Doug Grattan.
Yeah, I think it's a great looking sign. My only question is it looks like there's no lighting there now. Will there be any lighting you're going to add, or it's just the way it is?
This is the way that it is right now. That's something I'd have to speak with the landlord about, but he didn't mention having any changes to that building.
Well, considering your hours of operation, you might not need lighting anyway, but
Right.
it's still a nice looking sign, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Doug.
Okay,
Steve
No,
DeBoer.
it's a fine sign. I don't have any questions. Good luck.
Thank you.
Janet.
I think it's a handsome sign. No problems with me. Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of like it. This is Dan Silver. I've got no problems with it whatsoever.
Oh, thank you.
All righty. Do we have a motion?
all right, so Doug Grant will make a motion under signs, application 22-010, Chatham Perk on Main, care of Cat Martin. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 447 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for comments. Anybody? No? All right, ready to vote? Okay, Darcy?
Darcy Sequin is in favor.
Okay. Sam Stryver?
Sam Stryver approves.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes in favor.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer approves.
Okay. Janet, what would you do?
I approve. Thank you.
All right. Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
Sam. Congratulations.
Okay.
On to our next one.
The next sign on the agenda is 22-11. Chatham Perk on Main, care of Cat Martin. Application to replace the ground sign located at 447 Main Street. The Central Permitting Coordinator writes that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Very good. I know she's still here.
I'm here. So it's the new double-sided sign, and it's going to be on the existing post and bracket at the same location. So just replacing the sign that was there prior. And it's same material as the one that's going on the building. It's the white PVC with the black and white performance vinyl lettering.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, we'll start, Janet.
I think it's a handsome sign. My only question is it looks like the color of Chatham Perks on Main is slightly different than, is it going to be all in black and white?
Well, I did notice that the designer did put the on Main in a lighter shade. So it on this one that was proposed, it's a lighter shade of gray. So it's black and white with on Main is gray.
I think it would look more appropriate if it were all black. I don't think the gray kind of gets lost, and when you have such bold letters underneath, you need something to carry the Chatham Perks on Main. That on Main needs to be in black. I think that's that. Other than that, I think the sign is fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I'd actually thought about that. We lightened it up. We kind of went back and forth about it. And so this was kind of the one we just said, all right, let's go. But I also do like the black too, so.
Okay, let's see what the other members think. Steve DeBoer?
No, I think it's fine. Are you gonna repaint the post or do anything with the post, or you're just gonna use the existing?
I'm going to, I was looking at it the other day and I was going to mention that I was going to just replace it with just a newer post.
Okay.
Because it's old looking.
Yeah, and then just reuse that bracket.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's fine. Very good.
Doug Grattan?
Yeah, I like the sign, the way it looks as it's presented. I think it would be the shop owner's choice if they want to do on Main lighter or darker, whatever they prefer. I like the sign, so that's
Thank
all.
All right. Sam Strivert?
I think the sign is fine. It's going to take over from the Monomoy Coffee Company and the sandwiches. So you're going to have a little bit bigger presence, but you've got a lot of things to interest people in. So I guess I just hope it isn't too, I would have done the things the other way around. I would have made Chatham Perk on Main bold and gray out the other things. But it's fine. This sign looks, maybe it's because of the photograph, but is it a normal height bracket and pole? It looks like it's short.
It's the same. Nope, it's not. What do you mean short?
Is it shoulder height? Let's say that.
I would say if you were standing up, because this is up on the grass, like up on the hill, you know, I would have to say that it's probably 6 foot.
Okay, so the sign is like eye level for people walking by.
Yes, so if you're down at the Mayflower, you know, you could look down and see it. Yeah.
Okay, Darcy?
I'm fine with the sign, either the way it is, or if you wanted to make on Main a little bit darker, I'd be okay with that too, whatever your choice is.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with it either way. I kind of agree with Sam that I think the company name should be bolder than the rest of them grayed out, but that doesn't really change the appropriateness as far as I'm concerned. So I'm fine with it either way, any way you want to do it. All righty. Dan Silver. All right. Do we have a motion?
So Doug Grant will make a motion under signs, application 22011, Chatham Perk on Main, care of Cat Martin. Application to replace the ground sign located at 447 Main Street as presented.
Do you want to give her the choice of making it a change, darker or lighter? Do you want to amend your
Yes, I
motion?
think that would be up to the shop owner.
Sorry?
Would we make that up to the shop, at the shop owner's discretion, Darcy?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Okay.
either way, Kat. Is that,
So you're
Thank
gonna
you.
modify your motion?
I'm sorry, what's that, Dan?
Gonna modify your motion?
I'll modify my motion for an sign application 22-011 Chatham Perk on Main Street, care of Cat Martin. Application to replace the ground sign located at 447 Main Street as presented, or to switch on Main to a darker vinyl letter at the shop owner's discretion.
I will second that motion.
Excellent motion, Doug. Proud of you, buddy. Thank you. All right, motion has been made and seconded. Okay, time to vote. Janet?
If I were to vote, I would vote in favor with the fact that I think that the main gets lost in gray, but they're leaving it up to you, darling, to make that decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Okay, Steve?
I would vote to approve.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve.
All right, Sam Stryver?
And Stryver votes to approve.
Okay, Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
And Dan Silver votes to approve. Very good. All righty.
Good luck, Kat.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Hope you have French roast.
I'll put that on the list.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Next
Sam.
sign is 22-14 Bookstore, care of Patricia Kibe. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 10 Munson Meeting Way. And the central permitting coordinator has written that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Thank you, Sam. Do we have the rep here? Rep or owner?
Yes, I'm here, Tricia Kibbe.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. What can you tell us about the sign?
So the sign is a 2.5 by 6 foot vinyl piece that would go onto the building right under the Pilgrim's Landing sign and above all of the doors. So you can see it says bookstore and gift shop.
All righty. I guess that's straightforward. Let's find out what the commissioner members think. All right, Darcy?
I think it's a great sign, and it's very well coordinated with the doors below and the sign above. So I think it's a great sign.
All right. Dan Stryver?
I think it's a fine sign. I hope that it is more legible, the street, than what shows in the photograph.
Yes, the sign that the other piece that I sent you that says bookstore and gift shop is how it will actually look. It was hard for us to superimpose it on the building clearly. But there's another page that shows you exactly what it will look like.
I think it's nice that you've got that little light shadow behind. I think in the overall, I hope it's legible enough for you, and you can always lighten it up.
Okay, Sam?
Yep.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
Yeah, I think it's a fine looking sign. My only question is, does this vinyl go right on top of the shingles, or is this mounted on a board or something?
It's going right onto the shingles. There are grommets all the way around. It will be screwed right into the shingles and held in place by.
Yeah, I installed the temporary. I'm her husband, Adam. I use epoxy outdoor screws, and then there's a loop of stainless steel wire that comes from behind the vinyl, loops out the front, so it can't be pulled off by wind, and it's basically invisible because it's in the edge of the vinyl. It goes right on the shingles. The previous temporary, which is much larger, lived through 3 major windstorms with not even a fraction of movement.
All right, well, I think it's a great looking sign, so I don't have any more questions.
All right, thank you, Doug. Steve DeBoer?
Yeah, I guess I had the same concerns that Sam brought up. It's the kind of dark letters on a dark background. I'm just wondering if it's going to be, clearly visible from the road. This building is a little bit off the road, so I'm, as long as you're, convinced that it's going to be viewable from the road, then I'm fine with the sign. It's a nice sign. It's a nice idea.
Thank you.
Okay, Janet?
Yeah, I like the sign. I love the font, the lettering, the simplicity, and the balance that it gives to the whole building. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And this is Dan Silver. I have no questions or comments at this time. I think the sign is fine. All right.
All right, so Doug Grattan will make a motion of the signs. Application 220-14, bookstore care of Patricia Kibbe. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 10 Munson Meeting Way as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Last chance for comments or questions. All right, ready to vote? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin is in favor.
Okay, Sam Stryber?
And Stryber approves.
Okay. And Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer approves.
And Janet, what if?
Janet Whittemore approves. Thank you.
Okay. Dan Silver approves as well. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
All right, Sam.
So 22-16, Sierra on Main, care of Ben Porter. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 593 Main Street. And the central permitting coordinator has written that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Very good. I see Ben's here with us.
Hello.
Hi, Ben. What can you tell us about the sign?
So this first sign is 48 inches by 72 inches. We'll go towards the upper part of the building at 593. Chatham Sign Shop is going to build it. And
The first sign is actually the rear wall sign.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm backwards. The rear wall is 32 inches by 48. Navy background with cream colored lettering. Chatham Sign Shop is building it, and I think you guys have the picture there. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see what they think. Darcy?
I think the sign is very attractive and very apropos to the area. No questions.
Okay, Sam Stryber?
I have no questions.
Okay, very good. Doug Grattan?
I agree with Darcy. Yeah, it's a beautiful sign in both the font and color selection and shape. So no questions on my end.
All right, Steve DeBoer?
I have no questions.
Okay, Janet?
I think it's a lovely sign. I love the font and the artsy V for it. I think it looks nice on the building. But the building is black and white, and you've chosen navy for the sign. I think it would look better as in black. But that's my opinion. I don't know how other people feel.
All right, this is Dan Silva. I have no problems with it whatsoever. I think it's a great sign, absolutely.
All right,
Okay,
so Doug Grattan will make a motion under Apple Signs, application 22-016, Vieira on Main, care of Ben Porter. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 593 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
very good. Thank you, Darcy. All right, Janet?
Well, I approve of this sign. I'd like to see it in black rather than navy blue because I think it will look more appropriate on the black and white building.
All righty, thank you, Janet. Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer votes to approve as presented.
Okay. Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve as presented.
Okay. Sam Stryber?
And Stryber votes to approve.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
Dan Silver votes to approve as well. Thank you. All righty. Moving along.
So we have 22-17 Vieira on Main, care of Ben Porter, application to install a hanging sign on the structure located at 593 Main Street. And the the permitting coordinator has written that the hanging wall sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Thank you, Sam. Ben, you still with us?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
So this is just replacing an existing sign using the same mounting hardware, same color scheme as the other one, 24 inches by 24 inches, replacing the same existing size.
All righty, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, Janet?
I think it's a lovely sign. I have no problem with it. Thank you.
All righty. Steve DeBoer?
I have no questions. Nice sign.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
Again, nice sign, no questions.
Okay, Sam Stryber?
I was curious, that cream color, is that on the building at all? On any of the trim or?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, I'm happy with the sign.
The only reason we chose that color is because that's going to kind of go with the interior. I kind of see what Janet says with it, not exactly matching the exterior, but I think once all the old black signs are down, it might help a little bit.
Thank you.
I've always found navy blue to be very blackish. So
Anyone here
I'm
colorblind?
happy.
Okay, Darcy?
I approve. I have no qualms about it at all. I think it's a beautiful sign.
Okay. And I have no problems with it either. I think it's lovely, very elegant, very appropriate. All right.
All right, so Doug Grant will make a motion under signs, application 22-017, Vieira on Main, care of Ben Porter. Application to install a hanging sign on the structure located at 593 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for any comments or questions. Right? Okay, Darcy,
Darcy Sequin approves.
right, Sam Strivert,
Sam Stryver approves.
okay, Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DuBois,
Steve DeBoer approves.
okay, Janet,
Janet Whittemore approves. Thank you.
okay, and Dan Silver approves as well. Very good.
Now we have 22-18, Vieira on Main, care of Ben Porter. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 593 Main Street. The central permitting coordinator has written that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
All right. One more time.
All right, this one is 48 inches by 72 inches, same color scheme. I do want to point out in the picture in this rendering, the design company has added the words coastal cuisine down below. We're not applying for that. That's kind of just like them pitching us their stuff. So disregard the words coastal cuisine down below. If we wanted to put something there, we would fill out an application and come back to you guys.
Okay. Very good. Darcy?
As before, I have no questions. Beautiful sign.
Okay. Sam Strivert?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit bigger, but meets the criteria, so I'm okay with it.
Okay. Doug Grattan?
Yeah, again, I think it's a nice looking sign. I like the color selection. Does the restaurant, or will the restaurant be occupying the whole lower level?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I think it looks very nice, so I have no questions.
Steve DuBois?
I have no questions. Very nice.
Okay. Janet?
I think it's a lovely sign, and I think it helps to balance the awkwardness of the front of that building. So I like it. Thank you. And I keep with my first statement that I think it should be black. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. All right. Doug?
Doug Grant will make a motion under signs, application 22-018, Vieira on Main, care of Ben Porter. Application to install a wall sign on the structure at 593 Main Street as presented.
Thank you,
Darcy
Doug.
Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for questions or comments. Anybody? Ready to vote? Janet?
I'm in favor of this sign. Thank you.
Okay. Steve DuBois?
I'll vote to approve.
Okay. Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve.
Sam Strivert?
Sam Stryver approves.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
And Dan Silver votes to approve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thanks. Thank
Take
you. I
care, man.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
The next application is a site improvement, 22-15, the Sommer Family Trust, care of Michael Ford Esquire. Application to increase the size of the deck and patio and install a pool located at 28 Cross Street.
All right, do we have a representative or the owner here?
You turn
You're
your mic
muted,
on.
Jeff. You're muted,
Alrighty.
Jeff.
You still,
Jeff, you're muted.
There's a little icon. You have to press it There you
Am I on now? Oh, so Attorney Jeff Ward on here for the applicant.
How are you?
Am I all set?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and tell
Okay,
us what
perfect.
you, yeah, tell
Sure.
us what's up.
Sure. So the owner, as indicated, is proposing to expand the existing deck on the property. There's a deck now that's about 15 by 15 on the rear of the dwelling. It's like Sarah's putting up a picture here. There we go. If you take a look, you can see on the rear of the property, it's indicated deck where the hand is, and there's a slate patio below that. So the part of the proposal is to put an addition on that existing deck. The addition's a 6 by 12 addition, which kind of bumps the deck over a little further across the back there, as you can see. So it's a 6 by 12 addition to the deck. It's going to be similar mahogany, similar wood, and it's going to be painted white to match what's there. So it'll look exactly like what's out there now. It's just giving them a little more size on the deck. The other thing they're proposing is an expansion of the patio. You can see there's a slate patio there in the picture. And around that, you can now see a new apron, which is proposed for the pool. And that's to be built all in granite. So those are all granite installs all around from the existing slate patio to the pool. And the last piece of this is the addition of an in-ground pool that's going to be installed there in the center. The utilities and equipment for the pool, you can see, are to the rear of the dwelling, right behind the deck. And as they're supposed to be under your guidelines, they're also screened in. You know, I've been out there and looked at the site a bunch. If you're familiar with it, this site, if you go by Cross Street Landing condominiums, 28 where we are is actually all the way in the back. So we're about as far off a cross street as you can get. And I don't believe that any of these changes or proposed project will be visible from a public way as it stands. So that's sort of what we're doing. We have the project coordinator on, Swazi Asef. I think I saw his name on there. If there's any specific questions, the pool's going to be in gunite. Again, the patio around the pool is going to be in granite, and the wood for the deck, which will be expanded, is going to be mahogany wood, and it's also going to be painted white to match the existing. So we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right, we'll start. Darcy?
What are you using for a railing for the deck? What, is that going to be a wood material, mahogany, or what is it going to be?
Swazi, do you want to comment on that, or would you like?
It's Swavi. It's pronounced Swavi, S-W-A-V-I.
Yep.
So actually, we're gonna keep everything the way it is. It's gonna be the same railing like on the existing deck. So no changes in the material.
Okay, one other question. The fencing that you have there, is that going to remain?
So I can comment on that. So I was just in touch with the owners, and we've also been talking to Coastal Engineering. So there's portions of the existing fencing that are falling into disrepair and are going to need to be repaired. We're actually working with Coastal right now on a replacement to replace portions of that fence, as well as some additional fencing to go in around the pool, which we intend to come back to you on when it's ready. But we don't have that as part of this filing.
Yeah, that was my question, because I'm not sure the existing fence complies with the regulation for a pool.
Sure. Yes. So where they're at, they're going to have a hard cover for the pool that closes it. So they're not required to have the required fencing that you normally need. However, for safety purposes and speaking with people in the area, they want to put up some additional fencing in addition to, even though it's not required. So we're actually working on that now with Coastal, and we intend to file that with you. And if it's something that needs to come back for a full meeting, then we'll be happy to do that.
Thank you, Jeff. That's all I have.
Yep.
Thank you, Darcy. Sam?
Basically, you're erasing all the lawn from this backyard, because you're planting, you've got a tremendous amount of planting all the way around the whole pool, except for the terrace extension, which I think is fine. We continue to have grass in the front and coming down the side.
There will be, so I'll get over here, I can answer that question. Everything in the backyard, all the turf will be removed, and it would be only the pool deck patio, and everything else would be planting beds. Everything is being coordinated and approved by the Conservation Commission. Everything on the front would remain turf.
When that stair comes down, do you clear the top of the doorway coming out? Is that's there's no proposed elevations here, so it's hard to see what
Yes,
how the deck will fit.
You're correct. There's elevation. That's going to be granite stairway. It's 12 to 13 steps, 7-inch thick granite would be used. We've been maintaining
the stairway from the deck is going to be granite. Is that what you said?
Going around? No, not the deck. Going around the house.
What I'm asking.
The slope that
That's
you're
what I'm
referring to.
asking.
Yep, that's going to be granite.
I'm sure you don't mean that the stairway from the deck is granite.
That is correct. It will. The stairway from the deck going to the patio will remain in wood. I believe what you're referring to is the side between both properties there, both houses. That slope there you're talking about. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
The stairway down from the deck. That's just part of decking, and the railings match
that would be mahogany. That would remain wood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's similar to today.
It makes me very nervous seeing you driving while you're doing this.
Okay, Sam, you're all set?
I'm all set.
Okay. Doug Grattan.
Yeah, I don't have any questions, but I do agree with, I don't think someone should be driving during our meeting, but I have no questions as it's presented.
Okay, Steve DeBoer.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
Okay, Janet.
I have no other questions, and I think it's probably refreshing that there won't be grass because there won't be fertilizer and lots of water.
Okay, this is Dan Silver. I'll tell you, I really do not like the idea of pools going into the historic district. That really is not, I don't want to start a precedence here. I think you get it very well laid out, but I just don't like the idea of pools in the district at all, period. So I can't say I'm in favor of this in any way. I understand it's way out of the way, but still it's in the district and it's starting to set a precedence. I think we have one other pool that I'm aware of, but that's it. I don't think they're appropriate at all for the area. What are you going to do about mitigating the noise? Anything? When people are out in the pool?
The noise from the pool?
No, from the people.
We don't anticipate it's. Yeah, I mean, we don't anticipate it's going to generate a lot of increased noise. It's a family use now, and they use the yard now. They're going to continue to use it. I don't anticipate this creating a lot of.
The pool will bring in a lot more
noise
friends
in the
than
area.
They never knew they had.
I know they've had quite a bit of support from. Well, maybe I don't know, but they don't seem to think it's going to be. I don't think anyone's really going to notice it's there.
You know, apparently they've never had a neighbor put in a pool next to them wherever they lived before. All righty. Okay. Now we're down to Doug again, are we?
Yeah, so on the sign improvements, Doug Grant will make a motion, application 22-015, the Summer Family Trust, care of Michael Ford Esquire, application to increase the size of the deck and patio and installation of a pool located at 28 Cross Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Start out, Janet.
I like the fact that it's at the back of the building, that we won't see it. I think it will be lovely for the family. Thank you.
All right, Steve.
Well, in considering the comments that Dan just made, and I was sort of thinking the same thing, I think it's an odd place to have a pool. So I think I would not agree with allowing a pool to be built there. I would disapprove this.
All right, Doug.
You're
Doug
muted.
Grant votes to approve.
All right, Sam.
I think it's very well landscaped. It's completely screened by large landscaping members, and I think it's probably going to give a lot of pleasure to people. I think the idea of a conceptual conflict, something conceptually that by its very nature is the only reason for its a contradiction of what a historic district is. It's a fair way to disapprove something in the district. It's there, and it has an appearance. It has it impacts the other uses, and if it's not visible, I think it was hard pressed to deny it on its conceptuals as being antithetical to the historic district. I think that's not part of our criteria and our rules.
Okay, Darcy.
Darcy Sequin votes in favor.
Okay, and Dan Silwick will not approve. Very good. So that's, what is that, 3-2?
3-2.
Okay, very good. Okay. Next application.
Next application is demolition 22-012, Tara Owen, care of Eastwood Companies, application to demolish the structure located at 410 Main Street.
Yep. Good afternoon, Susan Ledoux from Eastwood Companies. And I'm here with Bill Riley and Karen Kempton and Andrew Garrelay. And we have the home at 410 Main Street under agreement, the property. And we would like to demolish the existing building and construct a new home on this lot, which would be a Greek Revival style single family home. We have been in the building. The Form 2 that we submitted, the assessor's card says the building was built about 1930. The Form B says the building was built about 1880. And the Form B, as you have in front of you, describes the home as basically the architectural style is unknown, and the architect was unknown. It appears to us to be a Cape style home, but I'll let Karen Kempton address the building architecturally.
Hi, this is Karen Kempton, architect of the proposed residence at 410 Main Street. So when we initially looked at this building in May of last year, we did some preliminary sketches of retaining the existing structure and providing dormers and additions for the new habitable space. But it became very clear that the dormers would have to be added to the second floor to gain habitable and legal headroom space over the 6-foot 8-inch ceiling height. And we felt that adding dormers to the front and rear would alter the existing proportions of the building, as it is only 31 feet wide and 23 feet high. So on closer inspection, we noticed that the structure is in great disrepair. Seen in a video that I sent Sarah this morning. Do you have that video? We did the orange roll test to see how slanted the floors were. And actually, I don't know if Sarah can play that, but the orange quickly rolls from the middle of the house to the back of the house. There's a dramatic slope to the existing floor. The photos of the beam, which Sarah also has at the lower level, you can see even though the beam was, lally column was added to it, the ceiling and the settling of the structure, if you look on the left-hand side, you can see how the floor actually bows left and right from that beam. So there's quite a bit of settling that occurs. On the right photo, again, you can see the existing brick foundation and incredible slope that those bricks now have occurred. There's also extensive notching. We can go back to that one quickly. There's some extensive notching and elimination of some of those beams. So very unsteady structure, we think. There is also evidence on the next photos of moisture in the second floor ceiling. So we can assume that there has some rotting taken place to the structure above. You can see one of those beams coming through on the right-hand side. It became clear that it would be cost prohibitive to repair the structure and that we might not end up with much of the original structure once the repairs would be made. So we also consulted the Form B inventory sheet, which stated that this structure has no particular style. The builder and architect are unknown. There is no historic person or event associated with this structure. And it goes on to say, in quotes, that the building presented a conundrum due to its form. It may have been constructed for residential and converted or built for commercial use, end quote. So there's really no history or significant history of this building. There are no defining architectural features, and the front of it, as it's described in Form B, has been replaced with a full view patio door. Unlike in the form, I believe it's at a 9 light with 2 panels below, so that's gone. The windows have also been replaced with large double hung windows with no grills, which is probably done for the present day window display. There's also a photograph of the new front door, which was probably added to meet egress requirements. However, it swings into the existing staircase, which again would have to be demolished and replaced were we to keep the structure. So since there is no distinctive architectural characteristics, we feel that the removal and replacement of this building is appropriate. The new structure will be a Greek revival with a front covered porch, the same massing and scale as the existing front elevation. The width of the structure on Main Street will be the same ridge height and the same floor elevation. The proposed Greek revival, we feel, is in harmony with Main Street, as there are many other original buildings of the same style. So I can talk more about the proposed home in the next application.
All right, thank you. This is Dan Silva. I have a question for Sarah. Sarah, was there a reason, or was I asleep or something? There was no site visit on this, was there?
There was not one. There was no time to schedule to get us out to a site visit prior to this meeting happening. However, if the commission wishes, we could potentially, if Eastwood is available, the earliest we could legally post a site visit would be Monday, the 21st. But we don't meet again until April 6th.
Yeah, I just, listening to what was just said, and you know, I don't understand why there were so many people that used that building. There was at least 3 or 4 businesses that went in there, and they had no problems with it. And now all of a sudden it needs to be demolished. I don't quite understand that.
Well, Dan, this is Bill Riley. I think that's the product of the fact that it's been used like that, and it was clearly not very well constructed. So over the years, there's been deterioration. So I'm not surprised by it at all. It looks like they haven't spent a penny on maintenance of any sort, at least for the period of Ms. Owen's ownership, which is almost 20 years at this point. So I think you know, benign neglect or just lack of budget has resulted in the existing condition of the building.
It definitely looks like it's been a neglect. Yeah, no question. But there were a lot of businesses going there, so.
Well,
that's why
Chatham Marine Electronics was in there, but you know, they were only on the first floor. You know, Tara's been using the whole building, so.
All right. Well, we're skipping across here. Let me poll the commission to see if they think that we should have a site visit just to follow past practices. Darcy?
When we received this email this afternoon and I saw the basement, the rotted beams and the bricks are falling apart, I'm not sure we need a site visit, to be honest with you. I'm pretty well convinced that it's not structurally sound anymore.
Sam?
Well, I think it's for good reasons that we make site visits because we see the deterioration and we see problems. So that's I'd welcome a site visit. I went out there today. I think the applicants would welcome us going there and seeing what. Pretty hard photographs to get a sense of how much space there is and how much of this structure could be repaired and integrated into the design of that they're proposing, so that you have to do a lot of work on the trim and on the outside and probably the structure itself, because who knows how the whether it's included or whether it's gotten to the outside. But we would see all of that.
Thank you, Sam. Doug Grattan?
Yeah, Dan, my office was across the street from this building for many years, and actually I looked at this property myself as an investment a few years ago, quite frankly, and saw its condition. So I don't feel I need a site visit to know what's going on there, and I agree with Darcy and feel that it's, you know, beyond repair in its usefulness.
Okay, Steve DeBoer?
I guess I wouldn't mind going on a site visit. It's things that we've done in the past for buildings that were, you know, equally in disrepair. I think I'd also like to see, I don't know if it's been done, if the proposed building could maybe be staked out so that we could see approximate dimensions of where a possible replacement might go. But I wouldn't mind going out to take a look at this building first. We've done it in the past.
Okay, Janet?
Of course, I believe, correct me, Sarah, if I'm wrong, but this house was built in 1880. It's been present on Main Street for years as a business. This would be a total change of use. This would be changing our streetscape in our historic business district. I know that old buildings need attention, but I'm passionate about keeping our Main Street intact without so many changes and tear downs. I think it's a horrible use of resources. So as you can see, I do believe we should have a site visit. And am I right about the building being listed with the Cape Cod Commission? I believe it's on the Cape Cod Commission.
Well, it's not the Cape Cod Commission, it's Macris. A Form B was done by the town for the property. And it was submitted to the state.
Those are all listed with the commission as well. Is that right?
No, not with the Cape Cod Commission.
I thought that any house or place here that was listed with the town is also on the Cape Cod Commission. Where is the information wrong?
No, you may be thinking of a National Register Historic District, which is different than the Historic Business District Commission.
Okay.
Dan,
All right.
Darcy has her hand raised.
All right, thank you. So anyways,
I do, Sarah.
we have what, 2 regular members?
I have a
that we
question.
should go, and plus myself, that's 3 to 2. I think we ought to just swing by the place and take a look, just to
I want to get, I drove by today. I'd like to get inside and see the deterioration and see how much space there is in there.
right. No, I think we ought to do due diligence, to be honest with you. So
what we can do, Dan, well, Darcy does still have a question. She has her hand raised.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Darcy.
I just want to be sure that it's safe to go into the interior. Probably the first floor is walkable. What about the basement?
What's that, Darcy?
I
Is it
believe
safe
the
to
applicant
go
may
in?
be able to answer that. In the alternative, we could potentially ask with the applicant's acceptance, ask the building commissioner to take a look at it and say whether he felt safe having commission members enter the building. Because typically we don't go into the insides of buildings because we only have purview over the exterior.
It wasn't, I thought it was open for business not too long ago, so maybe I'm wrong. I think there's still things in the window. But anyways, we can go down. I think you ought to schedule one. As I say, I'd feel better if we did just due diligence on our part. That is generally what we have been doing.
Okay, in that case, we would, as I said, the earliest we could schedule it, seeing we're not meeting again till April 6th, would be March 21st. And I will send out sort of something to the commission as well as the applicant asking for availability, dates and times to see when the whole group would get together. And that way I'm able to post it on the website because we will need to do that because while it's not a public meeting, it's technically still a quorum of the board that has to be posted.
Right.
Sarah, I have another question.
Yes, Janet.
What about the fact that it has been a building that's been used for business?
They've already filed to go to the Zoning Board of Appeals and are scheduled to be heard on April 14th.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously, we'll need to continue.
That's change of use, Sarah, right?
Sarah, I have another question.
Yes, Darcy.
Does the historical commission get involved in this at all? Or
They're
have-
not meeting until after we do. That was the other issue. They didn't have time to put it on their agenda to comment to us.
So we generally have.
I can request that we can get a comment from Frank, but that's probably the extent of what we can do because they don't meet again until after we'll meet again.
Okay.
All right, so how is this all sitting with the owners?
Well, it's more hurtful to Tara Owens than it is to us. I mean, she's trying to sell the property, and nobody's going to buy it in its current condition at the price that she's asking for it. So, spread the pain around, I guess, but that's,
That's got nothing to do with us.
no, I know it doesn't. Why would you ever consider something like that? Anyway, that's so, I mean, I can count. I mean, if you guys want to go there, we'll have to hire an engineer to get a structural report. So,
I don't think so. We've never had to do it before. We went in a lot, quote unquote, business worse stores than that. So,
Right, Bill, we typically wouldn't ask you to do a structural engineer's report. They just want to be able to view the building to assess it for themselves. But as Darcy said, there are concerns about it being structurally sound for them to get into the basement. So I don't know if Sue can speak to that, or possibly Karen, as to how safe it is.
Yeah. Karen and I both had visited the building about, almost a year ago? You're muted, Karen.
who was rolling the ball around and when?
that was Shannon McDonald and Bill Marsh. That was yesterday.
I would say that I would be hesitant for members to all go up onto the second floor at the same time, maybe a couple at a time.
I don't think anybody needs to go up the stairs. I don't think that anybody needs to go to the second floor.
I don't think you want to.
No, well, that would be where I would say that you would see the most disrepair. The first floor, as you mentioned, has been used for a store for many years and many coats of paint. And I don't think you can necessarily see the massive, well, I won't say massive, but the degenerative foundation without either going into the basement and or going up to the second floor. Especially the bricks in that open corner are in concern. That would just be my.
This is Dan Silva. We went in the building across the street, which wasn't in much better repair in the basement. We're not asking anything more of you than we do of anybody that asks for demolition. So this should have been asked for before. So anyway, Sarah, when can you, are you folks all right with that? We can just let one person in at a time if you want. I mean, we've done that before too.
That works for me.
So the applicant would need to request a continuance. I will work on scheduling a site visit for either next week or the following.
Yeah, I thought we had a whole
We have a
application
week off.
form for a demolition, and that's not being followed.
We do. And we'll make sure it's followed from now on. So I will reach out to everyone as far as scheduling the site visit. But the applicant would have to request a continuance to April 6th. As of right now, they are the only ones on the agenda. It will still give enough time. It will still give the board enough time to make a comment for the zoning board meeting on the 14th if they choose to do so. So that will continue the process moving along for the applicant.
All right, so we'll request a continuance to April 6th.
Excellent, thank you.
Can I ask a quick question, Dan?
Sure.
We have to vote on this, and
Yeah, but
also
Doug has a question.
when we announce the next item on the agenda, it probably should go also be continued.
So Dan, on the Form B here that I'm looking at that Susan provided, it says building, and the gable end seems to be going in a different direction. Is this the same building? Because the address is crossed off as 420. Am I missing something?
What are you looking at, Doug? I'm sorry,
It says the Form B dash building.
Yes.
And it looks, the gable end is going in a different direction, and the address is crossed off as 420.
Yeah, that is, that's
He's talking
deeper
about the
into the
older
Form
Form
B.
B.
It's the same building, just a different angle.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they crossed that out. I don't know if the apartment had a different address number. which was down in the basement at one time. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, so we will include, to go back to Sam's question, we will include in that request to continue both applications to the 6th.
Okay, very good. Okay, the applicant has requested a continuance of, of 2 applications. Those being 22-012 and 22-013 to our next meeting, which is on what, Sarah? March?
April 6th.
Oh, April 6th, okay. At 4:30.
Okay.
All right, do we have a motion to accept the request?
Doug Grant will make a motion. We accept the request as presented.
All right,
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
okay, motion has been made and seconded. All right, Darcy,
Darcy Sequin approves.
all right. Sam?
Sam Schreiber approves.
Okay, and Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan approves.
Okay, and Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer approves.
Janet?
Janet Whittemore approves. Thank you.
Dan Silver approves. And Sarah, we just want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed on that application. Demolition application. All right.
Yes, and I'll reach out to the liaison for the Historic Commission tomorrow as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
All right, thanks. You'll just let us know what the date is of the site visit so we can arrange that with Ms. Owens.
Yes, I'll send out an email tomorrow morning, Susan.
Okay.
Just giving out some dates and times and seeing what works for people. So you'll be aware of potential dates and times.
Okay. All right.
And we'll keep the activity down to as calm as possible, along with as few people in as possible.
No parties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we
not
would ask
comfortable.
that obviously you be at the site visit.
Again, I wouldn't be comfortable going in the structure, but we have to look at it from the street, so.
All right. We'll have someone there. Thank you. All right.
All righty, so where are we? Did we get through that?
We're at the last item on the agenda is
Right.
the administrative approval, 22-19, James Peterson, care of Braulio Brito, ratification of certificate of administrative approval to replace the roof on the structure located at 1547 Main Street.
Very good, thank you, Sam.
This one was Darcy and Doug. They did a like-for-like replacement of 35 square of gray asphalt shingles to match the existing.
Excellent, thank you. What do we owe Darcy, some gas money?
Yeah.
Probably.
So,
Very good.
Tell
Thank
me,
you guys for doing that.
is that the entire roof on the motel or just the back building?
Just, well, the picture he took is this portion of it. But if you drive by, it was done on Saturday, so the new roof is on.
Okay, so they just did the motel portion, but not the main part of the main building, or?
Correct.
did they do the whole-
I haven't driven down there yet, so I'm not certain if they were just doing that portion of it, because we typically don't get plans for a re-roof.
Right, okay, well, we'll take a look.
All right, anybody else? Any questions? All right, Doug?
Doug Grant will make a motion on administrative approval, application 22-019, James Patterson, care of Braulio Brito, ratification of certificate of administrative approval to replace the roof on the structure located at 1547 Main Street as presented.
Thank you, Doug.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Darcy?
Darcy's in favor.
Sam?
Sam Schreiber approves.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer approves.
And Janet, where are you with us?
I'm with you. I approve.
Okay, Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you. By the way, folks, before we leave, not to take anything away from Doug because he does such a great job, but if anybody else would like a chance to make a motion, please let me know. I don't want to.
We'll jump in when we need to.
Okay. Very good.
Should we retain these two documents for
Yes,
next?
please hang on to your packets for the, or you can bring them back here and we'll include them, but they're the only things that are going to be on the agenda for April 6th. So
Okay.
The numbers will be the same, right? Because we're
yes,
just
numbers will
continuing.
be exactly the same.
Very
I
good.
don't know if anybody else got information, but I have a inventory form.
Janet, if you're talking about this application, you can't do that now because the hearing has been closed.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I'm sorry.
it'll have to wait till April 6th.
Okay. All right. No problem.
There we go. We do have rules and regulations. All right, very good. Thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
All right, then. We have a motion.
Well, Doug Brown will make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Anybody
Darcy
want to
Seaton will second the motion.
All right, motion
See,
made and
nobody else
seconded.
speaks up. What am I supposed to do?
All right, Janet?
I'm in favor of adjourning. Thank you.
Okay, Doug?
Doug's in favor?
Steve?
Steve votes to adjourn.
And Sam?
Sam votes to adjourn.
Darcy?
Darcy votes to adjourn.
Dan Silver vote to adjourn. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much for hanging in there.
We are
Thanks
adjourned
for the
at
great job once
5:53
again.
PM.
Let me ask
Yes,
a
Sam.
question. Sarah, two people on the committee can discuss things if they want to, outside of the meeting, right?
Yes, as long as they're not, yes. That doesn't constitute a quorum. It doesn't constitute a public meeting.
Twisting arms or doing anything like that.
Correct.
Yeah, two people can, but I'd suggest that you don't go in.
I would
Either one of those
suggest you
people go
don't
and
do
talk to
that.
somebody
You
else.
could, but I wouldn't suggest it.
All right, Sam, you
Sometimes
understand what I'm?
have questions and